Hi, you're watching another episode of Ruang Bertamu. Selamat bersua lagi bersama saya Zizpuki. Dan today kita ada beberapa guest yang istimewa. Aku boleh cakap bands dari scene yang agak baru. Mungkin ada yang korang belum kenal, ada yang korang kenal, ada yang dibawa kembali because of popular demand. So, here it is.
What's up?
Yang hujung sana kita ada Aqmal dari Pasca Sini.
Yeah.
Yang di sana kita ada Senja. Kita ada Myra dari Senja dan juga seorang TikTok star.
Yes. I made one TikTok.
Lepas tu kita ada Akak Charlotte dari TimeMachine.
HACKTICK, yes. Kind of. Oh, thank you.
Lepas tu, like I said, back, for popular demand. So we have Hyke.
I is back, motherfucker.
This time aku akan pastikan dia banyak cakap. Betul tak, Hyke? Okay. And finally, we have James from Alien Lipstick Fire.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Okay. Now, the first question is, you are in a record store. And then, what's the first album you see, Aqmal?
I guess masa pergi Teenage Head Record hari tu ada ternampak Punkin Drublick, NoFX.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What do you think, Myra?
I think maybe when you say a record store, the first I thought of was Nirvana Unplugged in New York. Because that was the last one that I bought actually.
Okay,
So that's
cool.
the first one.
Charlotte?
When I think of record stores, I think of Michael Jackson's Bad.
Fuck.
Oh,
Same.
that's good. Fuck, what did I
Wait,
say?
serious Joe, aku nampak.
So, dah semua power ni? Kau?
I saw Bad, Michael Jackson's Bad.
Juga?
Yeah.
Okay, so see something
Sekali.
else.
I can't because that's what I saw.
Okay, there's two beds then.
In my head.
Okay, two Michael Jacksons. Okay, it's fine. How about you?
Probably one of the Beatles albums, either Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, probably a greatest hits album lah.
Oh, okay, so for the second one, what band made you decide to play in a band ataupun to play your genre, Aqmal?
Oh, to play in a band, I guess Arctic Monkeys kot. Play in my genre is, I don't know, neck deep kot.
Neck Deep. Love Neck Deep, man.
Betul lah.
How about you?
Maybe to play in a band, probably all three of us would say Paramore if we had to find like one answer. But our genre, that's a bit tricky because we don't even know what our genre is. And we were just talking about this that day that like, we try to think of a band that we like sound like or like emulate because people ask us this question a lot, like what band inspires you, this and that, but we literally don't have an answer because we kind of just make what we think sounds nice. So KIV lah the answer.
Senja Core.
We'll get back to that. I like that. We'll get back to that. Charlotte?
I didn't actually start out thinking I was going to be in a band. I was singing solo and it was boring as hell. But, yeah, it was boring as hell. But I think what started me wanting to be in that kind of scene, in that kind of field, is probably Demi Lovato in like her first few albums.
Hi.
Apa yang buat aku nak main gitar and sing is Billy Joe of Green Day lah. Seeing American Idiot, I was like, aku terus pergi jumpa bapak aku macam, Abah, can you buy me a guitar? Lepas tu, what makes me and my friends want to do pop punk and punk rock is Blink-182. Because those motherfuckers do whatever the fuck they want. And I say, fun thing. I'll do that. So, yeah.
Good answer. James?
I think I have two answers. That's cool. What inspired me to play in a band is probably the first Fall Out Boy album when it was still very emo punk rock.
Take this to your grave.
Yeah,
That's
take
my
this to your
favorite.
grave. Yeah.
Fall Out Boy.
Grand Theft Autumn, stuff like that.
Is this the album yang ada Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
fuck
love that
forever,
album.
Yeah.
So, and the second answer is what showed me, like, what band I wanted to sound like or like be looked at as, and it was Bombay Bicycle Club, because they're so down to earth and they make you feel like anyone can do it. Yeah, so like inspiring lah. You pun
Best,
boleh
so
lah.
your answer so far is pretty good.
Oh shit, man! Come on, man.
Alright, thank you guys for answering the question. But I really want to go right to what you just said. Apa benda?
What did I say?
What genre?
She said something about Senja not knowing
Senja
what
core.
genre yang
I guess
korang
it's just a
tengah main.
mixture of everything. Like,
Yeah,
you
kind
listen to.
of. We literally like have a song that one part is like, I don't know, like rocky bit, one part is like R&B, but like in the same song. Because we're literally, I guess you can say experimental. Is that a genre?
I think it
It
is.
can be.
No, it is.
It can
It is,
be.
but
It
it's
can be
very
whatever
vague
you
lah.
want
It's
lah.
very vague lah. It could
Yeah,
be. Dia ke arah mana? You get what I mean? But do you actually need a genre in this era of campur
Yeah,
aduk,
exactly.
rojak and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you need macam a genre?
I think no, because I think, I mean, Senja doesn't have anything released yet, but we're working on it. And in the EP that we're gonna release, I think the songs that we like want to select to put on there, they're very, very different from each other.
There's a lot of genres kan yang dah start campur aduk. Macam there's no kalau
It's
rock
very
je.
borderless.
Like Billie Eilish,
She's
like
all
her
over.
album has like a cohesive sound to it, but if you like actually like you want to digest each song individually, they're really, really different.
So dia campur lah.
Yeah, campur. Cause like, what genre would you say Billie Eilish is?
God knows. That's the genre.
And she's like one of the most successful artists
Yeah,
around
yeah.
today.
I mean, not just that. I think the new Tame Impala album, the slow rush, like all the elements in there is crazy. It's like he used to be like psych rock, and now he's just, I don't know. You hear R&B, you hear like some hip hop
I
sounds.
think a
in
lot of
there.
people are putting different
Yeah,
elements
exactly.
in what they do. I think now genre is just more of a vague umbrella for like if you want to book a band for a certain type of event, you know, then they're like, okay, we don't want a very high key genre. We don't want like pop punk for dinner. We want maybe indie pop or what was it called? Shoegaze?
Shoegaze.
Yeah. Yeah, so things like
Shoegaze
that.
for dinner?
I don't know.
Socks for
I'm not organizing this dinner.
Shoegaze for dinner.
I'm not
Makan
organizing this dinner. I don't know.
But I think macam also there are a lot of instances whereas macam genres are being thrown at to you as to bands with how they look. For instance, like
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance, they're not emo though.
Yeah,
Dia orang macam rock and roll, ada campur, ada satu lagu tu lagu leleh pun ada. Get what I mean? So macam it's how you.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
when
brand
people
now.
when
It's a
people
brand.
do that, they get mad at you when you don't do the genre they
Yeah.
think you're supposed to be doing. You know?
Yeah.
They get upset like they've put this genre on you. Like this person is a ballad singer, R&B singer. When they come out with maybe something a bit more hip hop, they're like, this is not your genre. Why are you trying to go in other people's
Yeah, dia
genre?
orang macam true.
Ah.
Kan? Mana boleh bersama macam ni?
Ah.
Macam, asal kau beli pop punk? Punk ah. You know what I mean? Ataupun, but the best example is, what's that? That way of rapping?
Mumble rap.
Mumble rap.
Mumble
What
rap.
is wrong with me? Mumble rap. Old school rappers macam, asal kau mumble rap though? Macam, you know, like,
Yeah,
padahal,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
I love mumble rap.
Kan? No, because we already mumble
mumble
in
rap
the daily
when you
basis. Right?
That's how we talk.
So we relate it to it more. Like, you cannot say the words clearly.
Yeah,
Kan?
true.
And I think also HACKTIck, right?
What? What?
HACKTIck. Macam korang main pop punk. And dulu masa pop punk tengah naik, ada generation abang-abang ni yang rasa macam pop punk tu macam time
It's
2
not
lah.
punk.
It's not punk.
It's
kan?
pop.
Yeah, it's for time 2, orang time 2 and I'm not endorsing it. Dia kata for sissies.
Yeah.
Okay, remember zaman-zaman
Yeah,
tu kan?
yeah.
But I think musicians kat Malaysia ni dia dah ambil that challenge to and add their own twist. For instance, like One Buck Shot. Kan? But I think across macam mana lama-lama like the discussion that we had on the other episode, pop punk died. Like macam bukan died lah. Dia macam jadi too formulaic.
Yeah, you can see the format, the layout.
Can predict lah.
It's
the
because
song,
people are
right?
so obsessed with that label, pop punk or the genre. Because pop punk comes with a package of other pop culture elements, like
Right.
you know, the pizzas,
Yeah.
the skating culture, the cap. You get what I mean? So it comes with
Kakis,
the huh?
kaki shorts.
Oh, the khaki shorts, right?
Yeah.
And so, tapi people, this is what people say. People say that HACKTICK.
We're not really pop punk actually.
There you have it, folks.
Oh my god.
There you have it. Oh shit!
Tak adalah. If I mean we're not how do you say it? Macam if you say pop punk, hectic, kan macam if people never heard of pop punk before, macam what band you should listen to if you want to listen to pop punk, HACKTICK is not the band lah actually. Macam generic pop punk, typical pop punk, HACKTICK is not, sebab kita orang campur banyak sangat bunyi lain. Actually pop punk tu kita orang nak letak because we thought it died in Malaysia. Kita orang macam nak like expose.
Well, you're
this
not
young
entirely
kids.
wrong there. It did not bernafas for a while.
Yelah. Macam trying to like create a movement or something, so we say, we're pop punk. Pop punk is our root lah, basically, in the music.
If I might add kan, the thing I like about pop punk, if you see macam kat all the bands kat Warped Tour tu, that's macam basically a festival of pop punk bands, and I like the dynamic of macam mana how people label tahu macam band Title Fight. Tu macam they're really accepted in pop punk. They don't sound pop punk at all.
But they're not pop punk,
Macam
right?
movements. Tak pop punk langsung, but still macam
I think even
hectic,
at a certain degree, Angel Dust.
yeah,
At a certain
betul lah.
degree,
Kan Angel Dust, it's basically, it's macam, it's a lot of things tau. But it's just an umbrella term. Macam pop punk goes all the way.
Like emo lah.
Macam emo lah. Macam like
Emo
it's just,
besar sangat.
Emo aku rasa kan pop punk lebih kurang lah. It's a set pop punk.
Yeah, it is.
it's the same heart lah, but it's different clothing je.
But
Different clothing.
Nice, man.
But you know that a lot of people say that HACKTICK macam reignited that genre, and it's so funny and ironic that suddenly you say that you guys are not pop punk. You see,
I mean, not really pop punk,
aku faham.
but it's still pop punk.
Yeah,
know
aku
what I
faham. Tapi it's just that macam it shows that genre doesn't matter in the end. Lah.
Yeah. Actually, we wanted to do what we want to do lah. Dulu kita orang macam trying to figure out what our genre is. It's punk, but macam how do we describe ourselves to people? So macam dulu kita orang brand ourselves as maniacal punk because maniacal. Tapi macam bila kita orang nak keluarkan EP tu, let's just do pop punk. That's easier to explain lah.
Yeah,
Basically kita orang cakap kita pop punk because it's easier to explain. That's it.
I feel that everyone here are different
Yeah.
in your own ways. Charlotte, I mean, TimeMachine pun masa korang mula-mula nak naik, I knew you guys from Senja, because you know Senja and Spooky were pretty close. So like, the first thing that I was drawn to was your image. Macam cara korang promote and market your band. It's just, even though nama korang macam TimeMachine, macam like if it was in a poster, I mean critically saying, like most people macam okay, TimeMachine. It's not something eye-grabbing.
Yeah.
It's not something attention-grabbing,
The
right?
amount of Google searches that come out
Exactly.
when you type in TimeMachine, I'm like, scroll to page 2. You know,
Yeah,
you can't.
so that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Tapi
yeah.
you managed to still macam own that name.
Thank you very much.
What was the thought process behind picking TimeMachine?
I
as a
mean,
band?
the picking TimeMachine itself was very simple. The first gig we ever played together, like the 5 of us together, was an 80s tribute gig in uni, and you know we realized like we love all these songs from like the 80s, the 90s, the 70s. Hell, we'll play a 50s song if you know we'll put like Elvis Presley up there if we feel like it. But yeah, it was just the fact that we didn't all just like music from now and one particular era. We loved playing all these different songs. We would jam Bee Gees, we would jam Bon Jovi, Joan Jett, all these kind of things. So I think it just made sense for us at the time. Also, I wasn't the one who came up with it, but when I walked in and they said the band was called TimeMachine, I'm like, yes. I was the last person to be recruited, actually, into the band. They were already playing, like the rest of the girls were already playing as a solid unit. It was a uni gig, and I was also performing for that gig, solo singing, boring as shit, never doing that again. So during rehearsal, and they played their medley, they played this 80s medley, and I was losing my shit at the back of the hall. I was supposed to be doing my assignment, but I was screaming. I was screaming like, yes! Every time they changed the song, I would lose my shit. And they heard me screaming. So one of their singer at the time, they're like, she's losing her shit, can we get her to sing with us? So like as backup, because they already had a singer. And when he came to me and he said like, hey, you know, you want to sing backup for us? I'm like, yes, I want to sing backup for you, yes. And apparently when I said yes, they also started losing their shit. So everybody was just losing their shit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, everybody was just losing their shit. And then as time went on, the original singer, he was also a lecturer, so he didn't have time to like, you know, really continue on with us.
The original singer was a lecturer?
Yes. Yes, and
Was
he
it
was
he or
it was a he, and it was the
Oh,
coolest lecturer we
right.
ever met. He was a rocker.
Was he your lecturer?
No, he
Okay.
was a music lecturer. Yeah, and he was cool, but after a while he stopped. So, and then, I came in. I'm like, so am I a permanent part of the they're like, yes. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, so that's where we started with the name, and we've been trying to still keep true to the elements of playing old songs in our sets. That's why recently, we do Barracuda, we did Living on a Prayer, the first show we ever played, things
Enter
like
You
that.
guys
Sandman.
did Living on a Prayer on the first show?
Our
They
first
did
show in the
Enter
scene.
Sandman also.
We did
I
Enter
remember.
Sandman, yeah.
And
First show in the scene.
Fuck.
You do Lady Gaga?
We did Bad Romance and yeah, Life Hack. They got us thinking. That's why you know them from us. I mean,
Yeah,
no,
people
us from
think
them.
I had people ask like, did we go to school together and stuff because we're like really close
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
How did you discover them though?
We played at Cyberjaya in 2018. CMF.
I saw Insta story.
Yeah,
But
and
nobody
then-
tagged you guys. It was like, ooh, these Harlequin girls.
But I think that's a good marketing punya approach kan. So macam if you look at it in a way, you guys are the only ones with coloured hairs.
Pretty much. At this point, we're the only ones with like individual color hair. We don't
Yeah.
change our colors. Yeah, sometimes we dye wrong, then change color lah. But like, we stick to
Yeah.
what we've already
They keep
been
trying
doing.
to convert people also.
But I think it's amazing because if you think about it, macam you bila you masuk the scene, so the scene I would say mostly slightly colourless, and then HACKTICK puts in pink, and then you guys put the rest of the colour palette in.
Yeah. I remember the first time I actually saw HACKTICK perform, it was when you still had blue hair. You still had long blue hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was in May. It was at my studio.
I
that
remember
was my
that.
first time seeing them. That was my first time seeing them. And when they started their set, we were outside, we were resting, and he screamed like, "Where are the coloured hair girls? I want to see the coloured hair girls." And I'm just like, how the fuck does he know us? And we just ran in and we moshed and shit, and it was a good time. Thank you.
I feel that macam the newer generation macam has not put some more effort, like I said, tapi korang macam creative in how to engage with your crowd. I realised also TimeMachine you wrote a song called Witchcraft.
Yes.
At the
Stream on Spotify.
Stream on Spotify. And at the moment macam if you realise macam the social media sphere, everyone's nuts about witchcraft.
I mean, we're very, very grateful for the support. And I think it's just because it's a song that kind of makes you feel badass, Being an all-girl band in a university that does not advocate all-girl bands, you've got the all-boy bands who are also in the same class as my girls as well. So we got some big-headed fellas lah, basically, They are the type of people who shut you down during discussions, like, you don't need to say anything, we've already got it covered, things like that. And we didn't like that because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, but we sounded 10 times better than you. That was one of our ways of, empowering us to remember that when we get shit done, when we know our worth, you don't let anyone else step on that. That was the inspiration behind the song.
Damn.
Amen.
Damn.
This is how it's meant to be.
No, I just like Senja pula. Like korang pun suka your songs, your approach are very much 2020.
2020.
So is it because you guys just macam let's just do whatever the fuck we want, ataupun korang actually macam I know you guys suka ni, I'm gonna give you guys that.
I think there's a fine mixture between both because at the end of the day we want to eat, so we also want people to listen to our music, but at the same time we always try to see like how much shit can we get away with, and we try to make things like as wacky as possible. The costume thing, I think from the start we've always like just wanted to wear different costumes for different shows.
Gimmick lah. Kan?
Yeah, you always have a theme.
It wasn't even a gimmick, it's just because it was fun.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's a gimmick now, like like
Now
people
people expect you to wear
people
something.
are like interested to see what we wear, and we're honestly running out of clothes because we don't have clothes. I wore this outfit the other day for a gig. See, like now we're like running out. We're like just wear whatever's cool because we don't have
You should
clothes
make
yet.
up your own characters lah next time.
Maybe inshallah one day.
No,
can
but
be
honestly, I
that.
feel like people have said to us as well, like you guys always put a lot of effort in your outfits.
Oh, they look cool.
Especially during
AF,
Halloween, like, you
Oh,
know,
yes.
during Halloween we plan things like 3 months in advance. We're not playing when it comes to Halloween. But then now all of us are constantly like, what are you wearing tomorrow? I haven't picked. What are you wearing tomorrow? I don't know what to wear.
It's
I'm dying. I'm
hard.
half a dead. I don't know what to wear. And we're just trying to keep up with that effort in the way we look and the way we want the set to look, you know? I feel you.
Yeah.
But that's good, isn't it? Because I mean, in the end, people see first and then baru orang dengar. Sebab, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's
I
true,
guess.
that's true. And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
It's just penting tau, macam the look on stage and also online. And because I really love Pasca Sini punya macam look online. Best gila.
Online.
Yeah.
Like dia punya effort tu gila babi
everything's
weh.
planned out nicely.
What
Everything is
look?
cohesive.
What do you mean what look?
It's
You know you
professional.
guys launched macam korang punya new macam logo. Was it called logo kan? A logo kan?
Band font.
Like
Sebenarnya
BF.
no, what's amazing is that is currently the trending logo in the design world. I mean, logo tu bukanlah macam baru, like it's not new.
Yeah, it's not new.
But it's back.
Yeah, it's a 2021 look.
Yeah. So wait, so I didn't want to know. So whose design brain came up with that?
So for all the graphics untuk Pasca Sini, it's from me.
Itu dia. Creative director?
Because but I take into consideration what people in my band likes lah. Macam Torik, our guitarist, he loves the mod stuff, the skinhead stuff. Betul, macam all the Oasis punya things. And then Anwar, he likes a lot of weird stuff. So macam I just
What weird stuff?
What weird stuff?
so any graphic yang keluar dari Pasca Sini is macam semua macam even the songs pun macam when I write the lyrics pun macam it bounces back from the members macam tu lah. Even our manager pun macam like he has macam we made a song about his life juga. Macam tu lah. Macam like it's not
All
from me
inclusive.
macam just me. It's just
It's a collective
that,
effort.
So it's like the personalities
No,
of the
it's
individuals in
macam
your band lah.
them being them, and then I'll just translate it.
Yeah.
Because it's the band.
It's
yeah.
a collective in everything. Yeah.
So
It's like your conclusion of them lah.
Conclusion.
yeah, kind of. Then
Concluding
macam
paragraph.
like we have an album coming out. It's titled Emo
Itu yang kita nak
Department.
dengar.
All aboard.
So macam like when I first heard like a bunch of songs yang our vocalist wrote, macam and then we didn't have like titles. We're still at macam working titles untuk the songs juga kan. But and then when I heard the songs like macam ni this is Emo Department. Macam tu lah.
Nice. It's cool, man.
I fucking love the name.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
Emo department, dude.
It's just a branding thing.
It's cool.
It's good. It's
2020.
good. Macam like I said lah, macam newer bands macam you guys have the initiative to dive deeper in your art beyond music. We don't have a choice, do we?
Bila kau cakap beyond music tu pun, aku perasan Pasca Sini is one of those bands yang ada banyak gila music video.
Weh,
Yeah.
Like, diorang rajin gila
And
keluarkan
they're
music
well
video.
done. Like, you know, they're not half-assed.
How
Yeah,
did you
though.
do that, boy?
Hashwat lah music video baru tu.
Hash.
Watch it on YouTube.
So macam when we started the band pun macam I always thought macam if you want to release stuff macam it has to come in a package. I was telling Charlotte just now macam it has to come in a package so that we can like track the milestone of our sound and also track the graphics and also track ourselves juga macam like what stage we were. So that's why macam the first year we started Pasca Sini macam like okay we have to release an album, an EP, and it has to be within like these few months. We wrote, recorded, and released 4 of our first songs within macam 4 months, because at that point I was telling them we were practicing like 3 times a week at a Raw Studios, Kota Damansara. Shouts out.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But not anymore because cedera. Okay. And then after that, macam we decided we needed to have to play a full set because we were starting to play gigs, which a full set is like 30 to 40 minutes. So we needed more songs. So we wrote, recorded, and released the second EP in like another 4 months.
That's so fast.
So like on March 2018 we released like the double EP lah. So that we can play a full set.
Faham.
Hampa memang kilang ah.
And it's fun tau, macam figuring out macam how
It
you
is.
look like. And I think like I don't know about mainstream artists lah, but for independent artists macam HACKTICK, macam TimeMachine, Senja, macam you guys have that S logo sekarang.
Oh my god, that's
Oi, itu genius lah, siot.
Okay, I can tell you
Legendary
exactly how that
S.
happened,
Legendary
and I
S.
think it will explain a lot of what you were asking me before about costume, about things like this, because I'm about to tell you like what our process to do things in these bands usually like. So the other day we were supposed to play for one of the events earlier this year. They asked us for a logo, but we don't have one. So as a joke, I like drew it on WhatsApp. I was like, "What about this?" But it was really ugly. It was just the S and then ENJ. And then Kasih and I were like, "Okay." So we just used that.
Too late to turn back.
They were like, "That's damn funny, man." So they just, yeah.
I guess that's Senja, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
I
guys-
mean, we don't intend, like, it's not our official logo. It's kind of a joke. I think
Well,
people
it
get
is
that.
now. Kind of.
It was a joke, but
It's an official joke.
I foresee us actually using it for the rest of the year. 'Cause,
Unfortunately.
yeah, we are so
It's
not
cool,
going to come up with a logo. We're, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's your image tau. Macam your logo speaks for you juga in a way. Macam visually kan. So macam it's just macam like, oh okay, macam like I do wacky stuff, which is cool. Macam Elastic Fire pula dia punya whole visual art way.
I saw a sticker in the B
Oh,
behind the door. Did you put it there?
one of us probably did.
It's
I
everywhere
hope so.
lah. But
If it wasn't us, then thanks lah to whoever did that.
But you know how you said that macam you wanted your band to be a bit like mula-mula lah macam Bombay Bicycle Club, right?
Yeah.
So how did that turn into what Alien Lipstick Fire is now? Because dia macam you guys punya music are very much, I mean it's not like psychedelic gila babi, it's not. Tapi dia ada that mood yang macam chill, and then dia punya visual to assist that
The aesthetics.
the aesthetics there.
Aesthetics,
So what's
yeah.
the connection between your aesthetics and your music?
I guess. Well, first of all, I'd like to mention that our graphic designer is our bassist, Benjamin.
Yes.
He did everything.
Always within the band.
Crazy, he's talented. He's like our multi-purpose handyman lah. So, I guess when he designs something, he kinda, because when I write the songs and we jam it together and we all have that cohesive feel towards it, so I think who's best to portray the image of it than someone who helped compose with it lah. So yeah, I think he understands it better and he knows what to bring out from the music to the artwork. That's how I see it lah.
Your artwork has a lot to do with your name juga, Alien.
The first one lah, yes.
first one,
The
try.
first EP, which is the Different Days EP, we had that running gag kind of thing, which is The Martian, which appears on every artwork lah. For our new phase, which we're working towards an EP in July, it's a new theme lah. Yeah, we started Alien Lipstick Fire when we all were here already. Yes, yeah. So we came here to pursue our own things lah, studies and stuff. And my guitarist Malcolm and I were like first cousins, so we've been jamming ever since high school. We used to be like this pop punk band, Day to Remember and shit like that. Yeah,
Playing easy chord shit.
yeah.
Easy
Yeah,
chords.
post-hardcore,
Post-hardcore.
yeah, Piece the Veil stuff lah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. So from then on, I think the band that probably changed my direction is probably The Strokes. Yeah, and then I heard Feels Like We Only Go Backwards in 2013. And that did it lah. Group Love, all these bands coming out at that time just changed my direction lah.
How is it like, since dulu you were jamming back in your hometown and now you're here, how is it different
It's so
starting a
different.
band here?
Like last time we didn't take it seriously, and now we see like how crazy the talent and everything is here, the standard, so it also motivates us to keep our quality lah tight and stuff. Yeah, I guess in terms of consistent quality lah.
Well, being a band from East Malaysia, macam coming up the ranks in KL? Has it been?
Yeah, I can say so because we have no friends here. I mean, we don't really have any connections, so
You're
we
my
had
friend.
to.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. We're all friends now. But back then, yeah, in 2014 we came here. We didn't have any connections. Playing a show was like, how do you even play a show? Until, you get the courage to go for open mics and stuff. Yeah.
Despite not having friends back then or whatever, again, but your songs are doing extremely well on Spotify. I really want to know how, because I think we're all eager to know how, so we can implement our own. So can you share a bit of a secret?
Yes, I will tell you the secret.
We'll be back after this.
Actually, we have no idea. Okay, this is my knowledge of it. The label helps us with our distribution, and from their words to us, the earlier you upload your songs on Spotify, the more chances it is for the editors and the curators to put it in editorial
When you
playlists.
say earlier, what do you mean?
Months. Like when you finish recording a song, get the artwork done, upload it months before the release.
Oh.
Yeah,
Choose your release date.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can choose it, schedule it.
Like, because you can schedule when
Interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong. You release your singles first,
Yes.
and then baru release the album.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good way to release music these days?
Well, I think it's not, to be honest, it's not what I prefer to do. But according to the label's scheduling and everything, which I respect and I understand why they're doing it. Because for up-and-coming bands, well, we're no Tame Impala or anything. We can't go on hiatus for 2 years and release an album. Because people will forget who we are by the time.
I won't forget.
I will never forget you. Yeah, so according to our people who advise us, they say since people drop albums and the main listeners nowadays only listen to probably the songs that come out on the Discovery Weekly, or they listen to 1 or 2 of the best ones. They don't really go through unless you're a real fan of that artist. So I guess they wanted us to make sure each song is recognized lah.
Apa kata korang pula? Macam you keluarkan to Spotify a bit late.
A month before.
A month
Itu
before
pun,
kan? So
a
you tak
month
keluarkan
before.
sekali. That's what I meant. Kita keluarkan
But
sekali,
just
kan?
a month lah. I mean, who wants to listen to it earlier, you can buy it from us. Pre-order. Or if you pre-ordered it, you'll get it a month before and you can listen to it.
So do you think that's ideal macam nak bagi orang beli dulu album tu? Because there's a few bands juga yang buat like Masdo, Hujan.
Tapi diorang buat lama gila, macam setahun, 2 tahun baru keluar Spotify. Nak tunggu album habis dulu, kita orang tak tunggu. Kita orang macam just release it because people are not gonna buy your CD if they don't know you. Macam streaming platform is the best platform for people to discover your music, especially when they don't know you. And so we just release it. If people love it, they'll buy the CD. You just promote the CD. For me, if you want to release your album or EP, a collection of songs, just stream it so people can discover you. But if you want people to buy your CD, give something that people won't get online. Like what we did for Dog Days Diaries, our EP, is we put a hidden track in the CD that you won't be able to listen online. And we pushed more lah. We pushed more our keyboardist and second frontman. What a sexy guy.
Wait, he's the second?
Huh?
He's the second?
He's the second frontman.
I thought he's the first.
Oh, fuck you, man. Okay, he's one of the frontmen. But we pushed him to design the packaging of the album, of the EP really well lah. Yang orang tengok macam, fuck, I gotta buy this. The lyric booklets the booklet memang ada a lot of beautiful, for me it's beautiful, illustrations lah. So macam, you won't get this online, bitches, so buy a CD. So macam, that's our strategy lah.
And it has worked.
Yeah, it worked. Macam, surprisingly, when we were releasing Dog Days Diaries, it's a gamble lah. It's a gamble. We might lose everything, But let's just fucking do it, man. We only live once. Do it.
That's punk, man.
Macam
That's punk.
we spent dude, I spent my savings. Aku keluarkan duit tabung haji, we collect money, semua macam okay, seorang berapa ratus, seorang berapa ratus. Cari duit, so much money spent, so much time spent, so much energy spent, so many mental breakdowns. Lepas tu bila dah siap tu, we were like, we're doing this. Whether it's gonna work or not, we don't know, but let's just fucking do it, man. If it works, we'll do it. If it doesn't work, we'll
Still
see.
fucking do it.
I don't know about that. We gotta survive somehow, kan? Macam, we'll see. So macam, that's why kita orang spend everything that we got, kan? Because we've never done it before. It's been years. It's been 9 years, and macam we made the decision untuk macam for the materials untuk cover CD tu and booklet dia, the best one,
All out
the
lah.
best one that you have. We want the people who buy the CD macam rasa, fuck, this is so fucking worth it.
Tapi macam a lot of bands yang baru nak start ni, they don't have the knowledge. They don't know where to start. Do you think if you were gonna tell if someone tells you, I'm gonna start a band because of you, Mr. Hyke, what advice would you tell them?
Say, boy or girl,
So he's from Alabama.
fucking do it. Listen here, you little shit. Listen here, you little shit. I would just say macam, do it lah. Just do it. Even if you don't know what you're doing, do it.
Siapkan. Kena siapkan.
Do it. Macam, you'll never know if you don't do it. Macam, if it's, whether it's a mistake, whether it's because kalau kau buat, if it's a mistake, you will learn. And you'll know it's a mistake, so you won't do the same things again. So macam, we still don't know what we're doing though, to be honest.
Well,
It's a learning
inspiring
process.
people, that's what you'll do.
It's a learning, so macam, aku akan cakap, just do it. It will be hard, boy or girl.
Cakap,
Will be hard.
Cakap
You have
ni,
to-
Hyke, you lose 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You lose 100%.
Tapi aku ingat malam yang aku dapat CD HACKTICK tu, so aku pre-order.
Thank you.
Kind of-
Kau
kind-
beli kat sini
kau beli kat
kan?
sini.
RM20.
Kind
Aku
of
nak
dipaksa
pre-order.
pre-order, tapi aku okay lah. Sebab aku cakap, weh, band pop punk, okay lah, on sah. Kan?
You wasn't expecting apa.
Tak
You-
expect song lah. Terbalik tu aku pasang kan. Macam like, shit. Ni next level ni. Tu terus message Hyke kan. Masa tu baru kenal lah.
Do you guys think that our beza zaman dulu, I mean the scene 10 years ago, do you think they had it harder?
Yes.
What do you think?
In terms of exposure, definitely.
10 years ago, I mean, social media makes things a lot easier.
So wait,
It's still not so
10 years
easy.
ago lagi susah ke sekarang yang susah?
I guess that it has its different challenges because yes, there's no social media last time, but now because there's social media, you got like way more competition,
Pros and cons lah.
right?
Tapi the people back then, I mean the listeners back then were more hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they couldn't
Because
get it
I
anywhere
remember,
else.
macam I went to My News like a lot of times to get Junk magazine.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
that.
I was like macam a 16-year-old dekat Kedah kan. Macam mana nak dapat scene info kan, scene info. Macam I was like watching reading Rice Cooker, Blogspot tau. And then macam tu lah, just getting my hands on apa-apa an inch. Kalau hujan, aku ingat ada satu video bukan Patriots dulu, Heart Attack.
Yeah,
Attack.
Dekat apa skatepark Shah Alam kan. Masa tu aku
Wih.
masa tu aku form 5 kan.
Jap.
Shit,
Those
Shah Alam
were the
kan.
Hilangkan.
days lah.
Was it hilangkan?
Huh?
Hilangkan lah.
I mean like people were hungrier then. Macam like apa-apa scene macam like we're searching for it lah. Macam sekarang ni macam orang tak hungry sangat sebab they have the luxury
Everything is
lah.
given.
Yeah.
Macam like kita yang kena hustle lah. Musicians yang kena macam
Exactly.
ni kami. Macam dulu macam orang ambil apa yang ada.
But how was it dulu dekat way up north where you grew up kan?
Kedah macam they had like a really healthy scene dulu. Ada banyak band Kedah macam ada Dilute, Incarnation came from Kedah. Myra, there was a band called Myra.
Not Puja.
So macam Kedah had a healthy macam scene lah dulu. Lepas tu lah macam apa-apa gig semua macam budak kan pergi. Sekarang pun nanti sama je ada staff punya scene. It's really people are really hungry lah untuk scene stuff. Tapi macam tak banyak band sangat sekarang.
Tapi beza Kedah dulu dengan Kedah sekarang. Like how has it changed?
I guess bands sekarang tak don't really spout out that much kat Kedah ke. We see macam a lot of recycled guys yang start bands. Tapi macam like one of the reasons why macam our tour we want to go to all these like smaller venues. Sebab I remembered how it felt like macam tengok the first indie band. Aku tengok Hujan masa tu. Dia tour dengan Mek Uncle Hussein. Masa tu ada sikit orang main dalam 100 orang kot main. Dewan Wawasan Kedah tu besar tau. Dia ada 100 orang yang pergi nak tengok Hujan tu. Macam, and at that point macam like okay aku nak buat band lah. Sebab macam best gila tengok macam tak tahu macam I want to be up there nak main band tau. Macam like
But this is from my observation as an outsider. I realised that Kedahan bands are quite tight with each other. I don't know why, but you know what I mean? Macam korang dengan Alas the Plot dengan Una pun.
Tapi sebab Alas the Plot hampa
kami sekolah sekali. Dah lama dah shoes nak pun masa kat sekolah pun masa Yuna were coming up. Dia pun dah macam Yuna 2.0 lah tau.
Yeah.
Dan sebenarnya
dia legend tu.
macam apa Jameson punya gitaris tu tak silap aku sekolah Kolester
Oh my
Hamid.
god, what school is this?
Kolester Hamid. Yeah.
Musician.
Jameson Power.
It's a bad boy school.
It's a bad boy school. So you are saying you're a bad boy?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm alone.
Okay. Now you guys are in the scene. How is it feeling knowing that you ada macam orang yang tengok korang, macam your fans? It's just weird, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and then especially when you
Yeah.
share the same stage with your hero.
Yes, yes.
What do you think, Charlotte? Like, how that feeling?
To put it very bluntly, everybody sitting here right now, I never thought I'd be sitting on the same couch as y'all. Okay, because like when I first came into the scene, I was the least educated among the 5 of us in terms of local scene. The girls told me everything. You know, the girls are like, sis, watch this band. Sis, watch this band. This band is from here. This band does this show. And every time I saw any of your bands for the first time, I'm like, oh my God, you know? And then, so these are bands that I look up to. I look up to your band, your band, your band, your band. And to share the stage with them, to see them pass by, instead of just like watching from, you know, from down, watching them on the stage, you are on the stage setting up and tearing down at the same time. It's just crazy. I saw Taka today. I screamed because I'm still not over it yet. Okay, I'm not over it yet. And we shared a stage with her on Saturday.
That was like one of
Sunday.
the craziest
That's
lineups.
crazy.
Like personally,
Right.
we got to
Sunday,
share a
yes, sorry.
stage with our best friends.
Jet Cetera
Jet Cetera
was the first band, like another female band that I saw in the scene. And then Lism, that night was the first time I saw her perform.
And then the Venopian Solitude. I think that was my first time seeing them live,
That was my
and it
second time
literally
watching them
changed my
live.
life.
Right?
No, like
Right?
I couldn't even clap while they were playing. The whole time I was just like,
What the fuck is
It's
this?
insane.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, and it literally like inspired me because it's been a while since I have like really been inspired by something. But when I watched TVS that night, man,
So yeah, the feeling of sharing stages with people who you were just like, oh my God, this band is insane, you know, it's crazy. And like you said also about following, every time we play a song and we hear people singing it back, and it's like, okay, our friends, you have an obligation to know our songs. So, but when strangers know our songs, and strangers like tap my shoulder after the show and go like, oh my God, this is my first time watching you guys, that was insane.
It's weird, right?
It did a bit. I'm just like, thank you. You know, suddenly just thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna pack up now. Thank you. And you don't know how to respond, and you can't help but smile every time you hear someone sing your songs. When you realize like, how the fuck do they know the lyrics? We didn't post the lyrics anywhere, you know. And these people make the effort to like watch our videos on YouTube, our live videos, and you're just like, why these people care so much? You know,
It's
it
like,
feels good.
I love your stuff, but you're just like,
You're
I
just
don't
like,
even know if I love my stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, macam kita sekarang, you know, we now play with, like I said, with our heroes kan. So tapi, and then now that we have taken the places of our idols, okay, in a way. So do you think that our ideals, our values were different from back then from our idols?
I feel like maybe a lot of years ago, the people that we looked up to, like especially like for certain girl bands, it was a very big thing to not be feminine. You know, it was a very big thing to be like, I'm hardcore. I'm one of the guys. I'm not a sissy, even though I'm a girl. You know,
Avril
because,
Pink.
Yeah, it became such a thing of like femininity was weak or boring that even the girls were like, no, I'm not like that. I'm one of the guys, and I think a lot of the new bands now we're embracing it a little bit more. It's a bit more accepted to be like, yeah, I'm hardcore, but I also love pink. I also like to dress up, and it's just a lot of different things that are acceptable now in the scene, I feel.
Baby metal, man.
But that's true. Tapi macam, do you think back then it was right at the time? Although it's still wrong.
I feel like I think it was the first step into, first shining a light on. I mean, that was the first step that a lot of girls had to do to be noticed, to be accepted with all the other guys. And then from there, we infiltrate, and then we bring back, what is okay. And it's okay to be like this. It's okay to be like that.
Because, I mean, as harsh as it sounds like, those macam, I'm just going to bring out a name macam contohnya John Jett. Macam a lot of guys suka type macam ni.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that John Jett is pandering to that crowd. I'm not saying. But macam there are a number of singers yang ambil that kind of like image just because it panders to a certain crowd.
Yes. There's a lot of pandering, but like the ones who are actually like that, the ones who don't necessarily feel like, I don't feel comfortable being feminine, or I feel comfortable being sexy, things like that. I don't want to devalue or unvalidate that there are people like that, not necessarily pandering towards, men like girls sexy, so I'm going to wear a bra on stage. It's more to, I feel good like this, so this is what I'm going to put out. And I'm seeing that a lot more.
So the
in
mindset
crowd.
has shifted.
It has. It's no longer, a lot of people will argue that, a lot of people will say that you're still sexualizing yourself because that's what sells, or you're still playing this role because that's what sells, but that's not always the reason behind how you portray yourself.
So in the end, it's your choice.
Yes, I think that's where the shift is. Like, people are starting to realize that people don't necessarily do something just to pander to a certain audience anymore. Like, you don't necessarily go full on hardcore everything to pander to hardcore boys. You've got pink shirts, you've got unicorns, you've got crayon stickers. I love your crayon stickers.
It's waterproof.
It's waterproof. Waterproof crayon stickers. So people don't necessarily fit a mold, and people don't necessarily have to break out of the mold to be relevant.
I'm just going to put it out there. I'm very proud of how our little scene is, because I tengok macam there's more diversity in terms of everything.
And everyone is so supportive of everyone.
Yeah, talking about sebakan cinta, like no matter what other people say about us, like outside of the scene, within the scene, everyone is so nice to each other.
We only
so supportive.
We pretty much only have good things to say. I mean, like just now, you were buying his albums. Like, we all support each other and we all do things like that.
Even though there are some figures that are maybe toxic, tapi overall, I feel that it is healthier.
There's more
Do you guys
support than
agree?
there is toxicity.
Yeah, maybe just like a small percentage of them.
And I think we do have a little bit more of a, like, the whole idea of, I don't like it, I'm not going to give a shit about it. Like when we see something we don't like, or like a figure we don't like, we're like, and we don't go near it. That's pretty much it.
No, yeah, because dulu macam, do you guys remember dulu, we were taught to, if you like grunge, kau suka grunge je. Kan? If you like, I don't know, macam punk, kau suka punk je. And then you have to know everything about punk, top to bottom.
That's so toxic.
You get what I mean? Siapa Johnny Rotten, siapa Johnny Bravo and shit.
Yeah, and you couldn't like evolve. I just heard it. And you couldn't evolve what you liked. Like, I remember as a kid, I had to ask my mom, am I allowed to change my favorite artist? Because, because like people always think, if this is what you like, this is what you're gonna like forever.
Right.
And you have no like right to evolve what you like and things like that. But that doesn't happen here, I feel.
Yeah, ada lain kan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macam, I have to admit, I am a big fan of HACKTICK. But I also listen to Dangdut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Dangdut. I'm not afraid to
I
say
feel
it. I
like
love
maybe
Dangdut.
a small part of it comes down to, like, because back then maybe you don't have all these streaming platforms. It's not accessible to everything.
Yeah.
So the lack of quality bands, I mean, the bands that come play every gig is like repetitive. It's like a small pool of bands that circulate.
Betul.
So it's a bit more competitive. So you have that mindset.
You had to
yang-
be- you had to be in a
And
certain
now it's kind of
category.
more accepting because everyone can do it. Everyone can get up there, and you kind of accept it already, and you're kind of just motivating everyone to put out their best stuff, lah. Yeah.
Do
I think-
you?
Yeah.
Like genres don't fight as much, I don't think.
Yeah.
You know, because of everything is an umbrella term now. So you can't say this isn't punk or this isn't alternative rock because these words mean so many different things now. Yeah, so people don't like argue as much, I feel.
At the end of the day, good music is good music.
Yes.
Good music is good music,
No
despite
matter what it
whatever,
is.
right?
Yeah.
If it sounds good, it
If
sounds
you like
good.
it, then it's okay. If you don't like it,
Fuck off.
yeah, then ignore it. I mean, as long as that thing that you don't like is not affecting
Faham?
It's not doing
anybody
harm.
else,
Betul,
not
betul.
doing
Agree.
harm, then I don't think you should hate it or going against it and
Put so
saying,
much
oh,
energy.
Sebab tak
into
tahu
it.
je kan.
lagu
so
diorang
much
ni main
energy.
lagu aku tak suka tu cibai diorang kan macam
Tak penat.
fuck this ni because they're playing what pussy music, why you go around and spread hate kan. Macam if you don't like it, shut up
Yeah.
and just share the things that you
Unnecessary
like.
kan
Yeah.
cakap tu.
Just share the things that you like,
Yeah.
that you love.
People put too much energy into being hateful.
Yeah.
The quote is don't yuck somebody's yums.
Yeah. Don't yuck somebody's yums. Exactly.
Wow, that's the first time I'm hearing that.
The quote of the
Okay,
year. Anyway, before I close the session, I would like to ask macam each of you punya macam progress and all that. Starting with Pasca Sini. So what is next after the emo department?
Oh,
And also, bagi tahu pasal Nek Johan sikit lah, bagi orang kenal siapa.
Itu nak kena tahu tu.
We're releasing an album called Emo Department, like soon. And then after that, we're gonna take a break. And then in August, we'll do another Nek Johan Music Fest. Hopefully a bigger stage, outdoors, and yeah, it's just macam, I don't know. I really didn't think of it yet, but Nek Johan is like, I wanted like to do something like for pop punk music initially, but now it's become like something. It's bands and music that I think have the same heart
Yeah.
and have the same fight,
Faham.
but different sounds.
But what I like about Naib Johan is that whole festival embodies the idea of underdog. Because in the end, we're all
Yeah.
underdogs. I mean,
Yeah, tu lah. So if HACKTICK masuk mainstream, so tak ajak lah. So nanti kena buat Johan Music Fest untuk HACKTICK.
Fest lol.
apa Senja?
Senja, supposedly we're supposed to be on hiatus to like write more stuff and record our stuff finally. But we bluff. We have put off recording again. But for real this time, like this month onwards, we're just going to focus on doing our EP. And we are in the middle of writing some new songs also. We felt like, okay, let's not put a deadline because we really want it to turn out exactly how we want it to sound after like waiting quite long to finally release it. Like the deadline was just like kind of stressing us out. So we thought we would just like put whatever energy we have into it, doesn't matter when it's done, as long as it sounds how we want it to sound, then we'll release it. So I can't really plug anything right now because we don't even know when it's going to be out, but hopefully it'll be out soon. And yeah, that's all so far.
Awesome. Time machine. Other than going back to time lah.
Right now, all of us are personally, all of us are in very new chapters of our lives. So we're trying to balance all this new reading material with still doing as many shows as we can, you know, keep the momentum going. And we are in the middle of recording a bunch of things. We're hoping to release a bunch of things, you know, this year. We're hoping to release something in April.
Boom.
If all goes well, we'll have something out in April.
Okay. Okay, nanti kalau tak ada, nanti I call.
I can. You call me, I call Jesus.
Okay, hectic. Sana.
Oh, okay. First of all, dalam tahun ni juga hopefully it's going to happen. We are going to kill the unicorn.
What?
Apa pasal?
What is this Voldemort nonsense?
Oh.
Basically, we want to work on something new, but the situation is exactly like Senja's. So, that's all I can say.
Wow. I'm
But
so
we're gonna kill the
honoured
fucking unicorn lah.
that you compared
So is
yourself.
it going to be a visual event?
Visual event.
Of
Killing the unicorn.
Killing the unicorn?
Oh my god.
Because you guys are
Oh,
quite visual.
is it? Well, I'm not gonna say a lot, so just wait for that. You motherfuckers gotta die.
Okay, so saksikan pembunuhan unicorn tak lama lagi lah.
Not really kill that. The unicorn is killed lah, but
Phase out lah.
the unicorn's gotta die. Gotta die.
Okay, how about you guys?
For us, we are working on our second EP. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We're halfway. We're actually
Yeah, later.
like 2 songs left. We're in the middle of completing it. We've released half the EP, so you can hear it already, and you can hear what kind of sound we're going for. That's an understatement lah, because we're not really going for any sound. But it'll be out most probably around June, July. That's what we're planning to do lah.
So, okay, thank you guys for being with me at this Ruang Bertamu.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for inviting me
Good
again.
time.
I didn't invite you, bro. The crowd did. But yeah, thank you for being here. Hope to see you guys again. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's it. And thank you for watching this episode of Ruang Bertamu. So I hope to see you guys soon in the next episode. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Dadah dulu.